didn't know you could be so loud.
I listen. So usually they, usually in some of the auditoriums that we do this, they're a little smaller. So I usually get the note, "Hey, Zach, tone it down to maybe right here." But ladies and gentlemen, we are at Planet Comic Con. I can be as loud as I want. Just don't ask the AV team. How are we doing, Priscilla?
So far, so good.
So far,
yes,
so this is
yes.
the, third time we've done this?
I think so, yes.
That means you're on the Christmas card list now.
Yes, you're on the Christmas card list. Finally, right?
Exactly. It took us long enough, right? So how's your year going? I know we're March at this point?
Yeah, so far, so good. A lot of traveling, though.
A lot of traveling?
Yes.
Where have you found yourself lately?
In Europe.
In Europe?
Yeah.
What part?
Oh, God, what part? What am I going to say? Where do I start? Just
All
England.
throughout.
Yeah, England. England. And where did I live?
Got Europe. I mean,
Wait a minute.
spans quite an area.
Bad Nauheim. That's where I met Elvis. Yes. I went. It's so funny. The woman who still has the house that Elvis lived in back in the day, she's an elderly woman now. And it's the third time that I was in Bad Nauheim that I knocked on her door. I just wanted to see, what that, just wanted to go into the living room when you first opened the door, just to see and bring back memories. And she shut the door on me.
Shut the door on you?
And I went a second time, a couple of years later, and I thought, okay, I'll have someone else go, knock on the door and say that I was here, and I would just like to go and, see the living room, blah, blah, blah. Came back, no. So I went back this time.
So this is the third time.
This is the third time. This is just a couple of months ago. I go there, and I walk in, and I look. Everything looks exactly the same. It's just so amazing. Even when Elvis was there, nothing has changed. And I couldn't get in. I couldn't knock. She was there because you could see her pulling the curtain open. And I go,
scoping you out.
Boy, this woman has something against me. I have no idea, But all I wanted to do is just say hello and see the living room of where I was with Elvis, and met him, his father, and just to bring back memories. But I think that is never going to happen as long as she has that house, ever.
Not from lack of trying, that's for sure. So, Priscilla, before we get to that, and give them an opportunity to go over there, I did want to talk a little bit about your memoirs, because I checked it out recently, and I have to tell you, this is an incredible book for a number of reasons. But one of the biggest is I truly appreciate how honest, speaking a little bit about that honesty we mentioned, your honesty and your capacity to be so personal into this book. It feels like we got a very rare glimpse about your life in a way that I don't think has ever really been touched on before. No. So I know you have copies of this book at your table, but I did want to ask, what made you decide to tell this story? What inspired you to create a book that is both so gripping, so honest, and also just a love letter to all the fans?
Just waking up one day, and in the morning, actually, realizing I'm getting older and I need to put a book out. And I didn't want anyone else doing it, anyone who thinks they know me, to do a book, that I wanted to put my own book out. And it was a big decision for me because I am very private, and I always have been private. But I just felt that to come out being honest on my life and what I confronted and what meant something to me. It was just the timing was right.
And it's such a beautiful story as well. And I do appreciate the fact that you're wanting to tell your side of the story because, unfortunately, with as famous as Elvis has gotten, it is easy for people just to give their interpretation about it. We are definitely not new to the story of Elvis. So it was very nice being able to get a little bit more personal with you and your side of the story. And this book is available at your table. Is that correct?
I think so. I think it is. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So, folks, we are going to go over to the mic. As a reminder, guys, this show is not just for you guys. You guys do get to be a part of it. So we are going to go over to the floor mic right now for our first audience question.
Hi, Priscilla.
Hi.
My name's Laura, and I just want to say we went to Graceland for the first time last year, and the decorating and everything was just awesome and cool, and I just wondered how much you had to do with that, or if that was all your husband's doing, or...
Yes, it was his doing. It was his doing, definitely, and it's been the same. I had very little to do with it, you know, like curtains and things, but he knew what he wanted, and he didn't want it to be flashy. He didn't want it to be, he wanted it to be simple. He wanted it to be inviting, and I think he did a great job. He did have a professional help him, but. Yeah, it's so him, and it's not. How could I say? It's not. It's something for everyone. You can just be very comfortable there, very inviting.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks
Sure.
for being here.
Anyone here been to Graceland? Yes. Oh my.
The better part of the auditorium.
Wow. Great. Where are you going? Hello, you. Yes. Okay, good.
We'll see him shortly. So touching a little bit about that, Graceland, the home you shared with Elvis, countless stories. I did want to explore a little bit that now, much later, what eventually led you to decide to open Graceland to the public?
It was difficult. It truly was difficult. Opening the doors to Graceland for people to come in and see how we lived and see the setup of the dining room and the living room and it's yours. And we never really had a lot of people visiting us. The ones who did visit us was very, how could I say, friends of Elvis's for years before I even came. Elvis really didn't want to have his house open for, especially when we were married, we had a daughter. It was more of a home when we married. It wasn't like a bachelor pad. So, but having and making sure that Graceland would stay the way he loved it, and it's been doing very well.
Hello, what is your name?
Good afternoon, Priscilla. My name is Kirk.
Hey, Kirk.
Hi, Kirk.
So my uncle Cliff, he's a huge Elvis Presley fan. So this one's for him. He also took me to Graceland a few years ago. Good time. So my question to you is, what was it like to meet Elvis for the very first time?
Oh, wow. Well, we're going way back.
Way back.
The very first time I met him, it was in Germany. My father was in the Air Force, and Elvis was over there at that time in Wiesbaden. And not Wiesbaden, I'm sorry. He was actually about 45 minutes away from Wiesbaden. And I had gone to the Eagles Club, which was off base, but it was for people, the families that were in the Army or Air Force. And I would go there every afternoon before school had started, and I'd write letters to my friends in Texas that I miss very, very much. I knew nobody in England, in Germany at all. I was already over there for 4 weeks, and it was hard to make friends because they spoke all German, and I wasn't really around anyone speaking English. So I went to the Eagles Club and wrote to my friends back in Texas, and this guy came over to me, and he said, "Excuse me, I see you here almost every afternoon writing, and I see you teary-eyed. Is there anything, that I can help or my wife can help with you?" And I said, no, please, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yes." It was a conversation, not long. And he said, "Well, let me just ask you something. Do you like Elvis Presley?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes, who doesn't?" And he said, Well, my wife and I go to see him every weekend on Saturdays. Would you like to meet him? I looked at him and said, I don't think I can. I would have to ask my parents, and my mother doesn't like him. And I didn't think I could go. So he said, can I talk to your parents? And I said, you can try. So next 2 days or so, I was back at the Eagles Club, and my mother was there, my father, having lunch, and he was also there, Curry. And he went to them and said, listen, I just approached your daughter about meeting Elvis. I see she's teary-eyed every time she's writing, and I thought maybe this could make her happy. My parents kind of looked at each other, and he said, it's my wife and I that go. So they thought that would be fine, and they agreed. And so I went with him the first night, and Elvis we walked into, now he lived off base, they lived in a home he was renting. So you walked up the stairs and you'd go to the side of the home, and then you walk into this little hallway, and then to the right was the living room. And Elvis was sitting, I could see, in the chair like this.
That keen swagger.
And he's looking over at me, and he goes, oh, who do we have here?
Do you think he practiced that at all?
I don't know. But I'm looking around thinking there's somebody else with me. I'm looking in back of me. And he goes, no. Well, what's your name? And it all started from there. I told him my name, and he says, so, is your father, mother here? And I go, yes, they're at home. Well, and it was just chit-chat. And then he went over to the piano, and he started playing piano and rocking out in the piano.
He knew what he was doing.
He sure did. My Uncle Cliff is going to love this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kirk. What's your name?
My name is Braden.
Braden, what are we cosplaying as today?
I am a character from Hunter x Hunter Nefertito.
Yes.
I am missing my tail. It broke a while ago. I sat down too hard, and the pin fell off.
I'm missing my tail.
That's a new one. That's a new one. Braden, what you got for us?
If you could get a message out to all 6 billion and some people on Earth, what would it be?
Oh, my God.
Kansas
I
City.
mean, that's wide open.
You came to play Kansas City.
Jesus. I don't even know how to answer that. Ask me again.
So any
Go ahead.
The same question or a different one?
Yeah, same question.
Okay. If you could get a message out to all 6 billion and some people on Earth, what would it be?
The sage-like wisdom of Priscilla Presley.
I think it would go for love each other. Love each other. This whole thing, I'm someone who loves to see people get together, loves to see children playing, loves to see everyone getting along. And I think that sometimes in today's news today, it gets a little iffy. And I think, okay, who's doing this? What's this all about? Why is there conflict? Who's starting the conflict? I want to go in deeper to find out why they want us all to have a problem and to fight and to choose. And no, it's about living. It's about loving. It's about caring. It's about all of us, if there's something wrong with somebody, helping and taking care of. Where has all that gone? It just seems like it's a little bit more different than we had years ago. And I worry about that. I worry about the children. And, as they grow up, that they're making sure they're getting, making sure that they're not there out to fight. It's out there to unite. And I do worry in the news about where all that's going. Yeah.
We're put on this world not to hate, but
That's
to
right.
love.
That's right. But you have those little villains out there.
There you go, those little villains. People who lose their tail. Thank you for your question, Braden. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Ariana.
Yeah, Ariana.
What's up, Priscilla? I've, like I told you, I've seen all the Elvis movies. I'm a huge fan. What was your favorite part of the movie of Priscilla?
Favorite part of the movie Priscilla?
The end.
The end.
It's true.
So you've worked on a number of projects, both about Elvis and with Elvis. Are there any of them that you hold near and dear?
I think Sophia's. Sophia, that she did a good job. I think she did, yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your question. Alrighty, how is it going? Who do we got here?
Hi, Priscilla. My name is Jacob. How are
Hi,
you?
Jacob. I'm well, thank you.
Well, my question is, as the founder of your daughter's unofficial fan club, as you see,
Woo-woo!
I have spent my life going to Elvis Week, watching the candlelight vigil, and in recent years, we've done one for your daughter. Will we ever see you there?
I hope not dead.
Well, not like that. But we would love to invite you to join for the candlelight celebration on your daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. If I can, because I do travel a lot.
Well, maybe we could follow each other on Instagram and you
Yeah.
can see it.
Well, you're not going to let it go.
No, ma'am, I won't.
Jacob, I appreciate you, sir. You have a good one.
Thank you, Jacob.
Well, and speaking of traveling, you actually have a pretty exciting event coming up. Tell us a little bit about An Evening with Priscilla.
That's my show, is An Evening with Priscilla. And it is an evening with me. And it's really about answering questions and explaining certain things that, that happen in my life. And I allow questions to be asked. And it's been actually very successful. And I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed meeting the people. And they can ask anything, to be honest with you. The door's open.
Honestly, one of the many things that I appreciate about you is just how open you are with fans.
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the next one, or at least one that is coming up, is actually in a pretty historic area.
Really? Where did you hear that?
I believe it was a Westgate?
Westgate. Prehistoric.
Prehistoric.
You mean in Vegas? Yes, I'll be doing that there.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yes, hi, what is your name?
Hi, Priscilla. I'm Diana.
Hi, Diana.
I recently saw Epic Elvis Presley in concert, and it was fantastic. Like, probably the closest I'll ever get to obviously see him in concert. But I was just wondering what your thoughts on the documentary was.
On the documentary on Elvis, you mean?
The Elvis Presley in concert.
Yes.
The one that just recently came out.
Yes. I actually liked it. How could I say? It's very different when you have others creating their, thoughts about, Elvis and maybe what he was like or how he was. And I'm always a bit leery on how it's going to come out. But on some, it's iffy. But if it has to be more, if it's something I really don't like, I will stand up for on getting it truth, giving it truth. But so far things have been okay. So far,
Cool. Thank
I
you.
can't tell you about tomorrow, but today so far it's good.
Thank you for your question. Hello, what is your name?
Hello, my name is Caitlin.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
One of my questions is that a lot of what I know about Elvis and about his legacy and what he's done has been passed down to me through the memory of my grandmother and what she thought of him and how much she loved him. One of my questions, I suppose, would just be, what do you think of people who really envied you as Elvis's wife? Because I know my grandma would have taken that chance if it was given to her. So,
Oh boy! In the beginning, it was not easy. His fans hated me, literally, and I took him away from them for some reason, and And it was hard on me because I was quite young coming into his world. And I'd always be nervous going to a store or whatever, and then I'll see whispering, oh, that's Priscilla, Beaulieu, she's dating Elvis, and I'd hear it, and they'd kind of like whisper and stuff, and I went, oh boy, I have no idea what they're mucking up, what they're saying. I didn't even know any of them. So I had to get used to a lot of this because all the women loved Elvis. All the women wanted somehow, because he was a bachelor, to get near him, or maybe, of course, date him. So for me, it was, and being so young, trying to understand that life and at the same time live it. So it took a while. Yeah.
How's it going? What is your name?
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura.
So I've seen just about everything done on Elvis. Okay, and you're like wonderful.
Do you know anything I don't know?
I have one question that's always nagged at me. Was he controlling? Is that why you divorced him?
No.
No.
I couldn't live the lifestyle, to be honest. I lived with 6 men, and Elvis was at the top. I mean, they were working for Elvis, and I was the only woman. Elvis would go, of course, to Vegas and have his, gig there. The guys didn't like the women to come all the time, which was a red flag for me.
Oh, yeah.
So the guys would tell their wives, this isn't really a place, it's Vegas, and Elvis is working, and I got to be there for him, and come up with excuses. But all the guys that Elvis had with him were cheating on their wives. And I found out myself. And so that's when I thought, I can't take this. I don't want to live like this. I have a daughter I have to raise, and I don't want anyone else with my man. So I'm getting out of there.
Can't say I blame you.
I don't blame you either.
Thank you for your question.